Alright, hi guys. Been a while. So I wanted to talk with you guys about Flash, and I don't know if you guys watched The Flash, but there are several characters, including Barry, and one of those, which is Savitar. His time ran itself. And I thought when we first saw him in season 3, oh, this is he could be a good villain. I'm like, he looks good. He's just beating the hell out of Barry, man. Barry. But then his physical form came and it got a bulky look, but his suit looked cool. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my little thing, but it's gonna be confusing. So basically, my what if takes the whole apart, Savitar still went to the past, became the first speedster, and recruited acolytes, fought Barry Allen. Barry changed the future, and prevented Iris' death. He faded from existence. Now, this is what I thought we should have gotten in Season 6, post-Crisis. It's Crisis. Now, the next episode, basically, Barry saving the day. But we're not here to talk about that. Sorry, getting off track. But basically, my thing revolved around Savitar getting recreated, and he has his illusion abilities, the stuff he had in Speed Force, but now physical as well. Whoa! And the Speedster brought him back with green lightning. And he fights and he makes illusions to make the Flash pay, and doesn't know what this is. But then Flash goes to that place he figured out Savitar was, and then they fight. Savitar gets out of the suit in his comic book version, and basically fights him. But then Barry knows, as he a spire with the Philosopher's Stone is built. Then Savitar explains that basically the Philosopher's Stone is the host of the energy, and when Savitar kicked him in this Speedverse, when Barry threw lightning at Savitar, but he reflected it back. He wants Barry to suffer in the Speed Force like he did. And then he throws another lightning at Barry. But then the Speedster arrives, and then it's revealed that he was just controlling him. He just brought him back. And now there's a new timeline. So, see, this is where we take the experience. Like this. So this does not happen because this is a race future, but somewhat similar happens. Since Barry's in the Speed Force, he'll see his mom and Iris getting murdered every single time. And up to 2030, he has lost his sanity, and he escapes the Speed Force and becomes Savitar, creating the myth that he was the first ever speedster, and fights Barry in season 3. Although he has memories of it, that wasn't him. That was Time Remnant. And then he gets reborn in season 6 and fights Barry, but then gets trapped in the Speed Force as well alongside Barry. And then he loses it, and then Present Barry loses his mind, becomes Savitar, etc., etc., etc. So now, if you're gonna ask, but Rampage, how can two Barry Allens exist in Speed Force at the exact same time? Well, here's how. And I'm just gonna put a Savitar since we're talking about him. So, the whole thing would go like, because you see, there's a whole loop going on, like that his loop of existence, and this is just an entire loop. It will never end. And now, let's say for example, I'm recording. Let's say for example that okay, back. Okay, sorry about that. But if Barry or the time run that, like, it won't matter because the time running will still exist. So really, it won't matter. It's really sad because they're both gone in this endless loop created by this unknown speedster. And then when Barry emerges in 2030, he has lost his sanity. For some reason, he has a deep hatred for Team Flash, for past Barry. He doesn't know why. He just does it. That's it. And then, after a while, before he actually gets out of prison, he traps him in the Speed Force, present Barry. But then, for some reason, the Flash doesn't end up in the prison. No. He's in the Speed Force. And Savitar's there as well. And he's like, we feel like we've done this so many times. And he doesn't want to team up with Barry. Because, well, he hates Barry. But then he reluctantly agrees with him. So, they team up to defeat this. And then, well, the speedster arrives, saying that no matter what, this loop will still continue, even if one of you die, Savitar will still exist. And they fight this unknown speedster. Let's call him Annex. Next, fight Annex. Next, and eventually they have the upper hand. But then eventually, Future Flash is on the ground, and Annex is about to kill present Barry, and he does exactly that, and then Future Barry, aka Savitar, aka Future Barry, so that's what I refer to him as, fights Annex. And he kills Barry. Then they fight. Then the Philosopher's Stone is still there. Gets unstable. And then Onyx, like this thing. He shoots lightning at it with his hands, and it goes into critical, exploding everything. Then Future Barry goes back in time and saves present Barry. And they fight Onyx, and they manage to defeat him. But then they realize that Future Barry starts to favor resistance because of the paradox. Because Onyx created this by throwing them both into and this Barry hasn't suffered, so Future Barry will be erased. So of course Onyx doesn't want to be erased, so he runs as fast as he can. But ultimately that isn't enough. He gets erased from existence. Well, actually no. doesn't happen. Because that happens with Future Barry. That doesn't happen. You see, in the main timeline, Savitar arrives again and kills Iris. Wait, what? Iris is dead? Is that possible? Well, no way Sharp, basically. He's still alive, but basically, Flash couldn't save Iris. Savitar kills Iris and disappears. But before Savitar could make his plan of, becoming a god. Barry arrives and has been starting to get memories of timelines, but really they're not timelines. They're the same thing, just a loop. So Barry needs to stop Savitar. Avatar's focused on ending this war, and he manages to defeat Savitar. And at the same time, he doesn't let him go. He doesn't put him in the Speed Force person. No, he kills him. Doesn't become Savitar. Barry, now in depression, he runs back in time to save Iris. And he manages to save Iris. Savitar now needs to put his plan in action now. He gets erased from existence. Season 6 happens, get recreated, and the whole loop doesn't happen. It's very confusing, I know, but I thought of this in one day, period. Took me an hour. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this Flash discussion. Flash, what if one? What if Savitar returned in season 6? Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know it was kind of short, 13 minutes or so. I hope you guys enjoyed the short streams. Stay more for this on Flash. And remember, 150th episode tonight. Night. See you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed the stream.